Now let us talk about Capricorn ascendants and what's happening as far as year 2025 is concerned for Capricorn ascendants. This is the year of Mars or Mangal because 2025 adds up to number 9 that is ruled by Mars or Mangal. It's going to be a very fiery year. So this Mars rules your 4th house and the 11th house. Of course, it's an important year for you depending on the placement of Mars in your chart. We could still say, as far as an overall assessment of the year is concerned, particularly, I do expect a lot of events to happen as far as the second half of 2025 is concerned. I'm making one of the most unique analysis of the year 2025, where I have prepared this simple presentation for you. I hope you find this effective. And I have taken into account the transit of Saturn, Jupiter, Rahu, and Ketu because all of these planets are going to change signs in 2025. And when they are changing signs, events are triggered, right? Their life events that happen. There are cyclical changes, there are huge energy shifts, and of course, certain houses get activated as far as this time period is concerned. And this is happening in a maybe a duration of about a couple of months, in a gap of a couple of months, between March through May, all these changes are going to come in place. And I hope you find this video useful. I'm going to talk about your career, your health and well-being, your relationship, financial matters, and also try and give you some tips, some remedies, and how you can prepare to the best of your ability as far as year 2025 is concerned. So let's begin with Saturn, who is your Lagna Lord, Lord of the Ascendant, and also the second Lord. Shanidev is going to be moving in Pisces in your third house. So, how to read this transit for you? Okay. Now, this really promotes financial planning and certain stability as far as financial matters are concerned, which could have been struggling because, see, Saturn, whichever house it makes a transit from a cyclical point of view, it does bring some sort of coldness, some sort of compression as far as those house matters are concerned. And if you are a Saturn, if you are a Pisces, of course, moon sign as well. So Saturn's over it, and you would have started your Saraswati period as well when Saturn moved into Aquarius. Now Saturn will come over there. So these are the kind of energies which are here. So finally, one thing is good if you're a Capricorn moon sign, so it is bringing your Saraswati to an end because Saturn is going to be moving to Pisces. So it's a sense of relief for you. So though I don't consider Saraswati to be bad, some people would have grown as well in this time, especially in their last phase, while some would have had challenging time. This depends on your overall horoscope analysis. If Saturn's making a connection with the moon or not, it depends primarily on that factor. But this will also encourage you to lay a foundation as far as future prosperity is concerned, to establish that strong foundation. See, Saturn gives you the power of labor, and that is coming in the third house. Your ascendant lord is making a transit in the third house. Change is inevitable because primarily we see change from the third house. We see efforts, your communication, the way you think, the way you act, your relationship with your co-bonds, your siblings is seen from the third house. Okay, your valor, your courage is seen from the third house. So it is bringing the power of labor in your efforts. So one thing is for sure, next 2.5 years, starting April, you will not shy away from putting efforts. You will have a different attitude. You will stop blaming the situation, but you would like to take charge of the situation. You would like to step into the situation and take control. You would like to focus on those things which are in your control. Because when your Lagna Lord is making a transit in the third house, it makes you, definitely more inclined towards putting efforts and even more efforts here. One thing which is good about this transit is anything that you do using your hands. If you bring in discipline, let's say in exercising, working out, which uses your hands, exercising in the gym, writing a journal, or penning down your notes, working in your kitchen, something or the other that you could do, which uses your hands, it will bring in consistency in your life. It will make you a very good learner. Okay, this is also your second lord making a transit in the third house. This will teach you how to better leverage your finances, how to save more money. This will be a greater focus, see, because your expenses are likely to increase as far as the next couple of years are concerned. And I always say when expenses are to increase, our income should also increase. But you need to do this financial management, budgeting exercise here, right? because both Saturn and Jupiter are jointly aspecting your 12th house. I'm going to talk about that in a bit as well. But expenses are generally going to increase, and you have to save money. You have to better manage your finances. Saturn is going to be aspecting your fifth house by its third special aspect. So it promotes growth as far as your future progress is concerned, as far as children are concerned. So if you've had problems in terms of having a child, or if you had some issues there, this is going to improve. It's going to bring in growth. It's going to bring in growth in your creativity, growth in your love interest, your unconditional love, and of course your ability to deal with children. So this is going to be, of course, the focus of the hour, as it makes a aspect on your fifth house. Saturn's also making a 10th aspect on your 12th house, which is increasing your spirituality, which is, of course, increasing your expenditure, but it will also increase your power to donate as well. So it will give you financial stability so that you can help others eventually. Both Jupiter and Saturn are aspecting your 12th house. Jupiter by the 7th aspect, which is only 50%, Saturn by the 10th aspect. So your 12th house is particularly active all throughout the year, particularly between May through October, you could feel these effects. So one thing which is quite important for you is go for a regular health checkup. So you could have some hospital visits. So make sure that you're focusing a lot on your physical health, right? Of course, your mental well-being as well, because this could be the cause of the stress. But this year, from a health point of view, is not very good. So you need to take care of yourself. You need to exercise, eat right, and of course, fix a lot of things as far as your daily routine is concerned. You need to worry less, right? And you need to take charge of things, take control of things. Okay. See, Jupiter for you is really focusing on your second, sixth, and 10th, which is the Artha Trikona. So your financial acumen, your financial capability. Saturn's also aspecting your ninth house, so bringing in Dharma there. Okay. But your sleep needs to fix. That is an opportunity for you. Jupiter is also, aspecting your 10th house and your second house. I'm going to talk about that too. But to summarize, Saturn's, transit in Pisces, it will, of course, make you, very much inclined towards efforts. And of course, putting that across, worship Lord Hanuman. He will protect you, of course, and ensure your Mars and Saturn both are channelized in the right direction, in the appropriate direction. And any mantras that you would use in order to channelize these energies, these mantras would be related to Venus. Okay, that would be pretty much prominent for you as far as this particular year is concerned. Now, let's talk about Jupiter. Jupiter is your 12th lord and it is also your third lord. It is making a transit in the sixth house. So it is naturally giving you a Viparita Yoga in transit. Okay. Now, situations likely to go adverse. Eventually, you will rise off this situation. Okay. But this could go a little bit adverse as well. It is trying to bring in a sense of balance in your work life, an harmonious balance, because it expands the matter pertaining to the house it is placed. So, of course, it is going to expand job related matters, but it's going to keep you very busy as far as your daily life is concerned. So, you would need to keep a sense of check between your personal and your professional endeavors. This is where you could struggle as far as this year is concerned. So, focus on priorities of your personal life and what matters to you. You have to maybe have some sort of expectation mapping with the people that you work with. Try to set your priorities in a very clear manner in terms of what you would like to do and where you could really not compromise. So do not shy away from it. Otherwise, it could be challenging for you to deal with strong opposition, because this could bring in strong opposition in your life for the next few months or so. This is how you would like to deal with this transit. There is learning related to 10th house matter. So you will learn a lot about your work. So I would highly recommend you to enroll yourself in a course that is good for you, that's pertaining to your workplace, pertaining to your job, pertaining to what you do, some new ways of doing things, upskilling, right? So this is quite good for you. And the application is happening in your second house. So you will apply for wealth creating opportunities. You will apply for the benefit of your family. So this is something which you have to understand during this time, right? So you are learning something related to your work, which could have a direct impact on your income, on your financial gains. This should be the focus of the hour as far as this Jupiter's transit is concerned. Moreover, this is going to also make you spiritual, but you will have a struggle in terms of dealing with these material and spiritual energies. Okay, you need to keep a sense of check in terms of dealing with both material as well as spiritual, energies there, because you would not be able to focus on both at the same time. So you need to prioritize what is that you can do in the current times, and how you could maybe put your energies in one direction, whether it's spiritual or material. So you can't do both at the same time. This is something which you have to remember and realize during this time. But of course, it's a huge opportunity for you to build your spiritual quotient, to build your spiritual pursuit as far as this particular year is concerned. There could be good new job opportunities that could come across your way, but you will have to put in extra effort as far as these opportunities are concerned for you. Let's talk about Rahu and Ketu. Okay, so Rahu for you is making a transit in the second house, in the sign of Aquarius. It co-rules the sign of Aquarius and is making a transit here. Ketu is making a transit in Leo in the eighth house. So it's activating your 2-8 axis. I mean, some people have a fear of, when nodes make a transit in these axes, and, they consider it to be dreaded. But I have a difference of opinion. So this will work by the virtue of the placement of Saturn and Sun in your natal chart and the kind of connections which they're making, of course, their influence. Ketu is not bad in the eighth house because it makes you very spiritual. It makes you inclined towards, Ketu is also one of the significator of astrology of Jyotish, because it is linked to Lord Ganesh. So if you worship Ganesha and Lakshmi, these are the two ultimate remedies for you as far as 2025 is concerned. It will help you remove obstacles from your life and embrace and attract prosperity. Ketu will definitely increase your research capabilities because it's a fiery planet in a fiery sign, and it's very non-materialistic. So it will do that for your personal benefit, how it is personally impacting you. So I'm not saying that you will be able to use these energies for material comfort, for wealth, but your idea of learning would be how it will personally impact you and your decision making, because your decision making could be weak over the next few months. And this is something which you have to focus on. If you're not sure of something, take advice. Take advice of your partner. Take advice of those people who you work with. Take advice of your guru or your mentor, because Saturn's making a transit in your third house. So anyone who's elder, take advice of elders during this time. Someone who have wisdom, and also someone who's old. That could really be of help. Otherwise, you will struggle, right? Change is inevitable. It could happen in a sudden manner. Once again, you have to focus on your health and well-being during this time, physical health, as a matter of fact. Rahu would like to expand second house matters. So one word of caution is you have to eat right. Okay, avoid any kind of indulgence, overindulgence, because Rahu making transit in your second house would make you inclined towards it. So make sure that you keep, some control. Thankfully, between May through October, it is under the aspect of Jupiter, full Drishti, 100% aspect, and it is going to ensure that Rahu is kept on check. Okay. Now, this will, of course, help you pursue your material as well as spiritual endeavors. But again, you can't balance, so you have to choose one over the other, right? What are the deeper life meanings for you? So this year is important for you because your life purpose, path, and what it really means for you is likely to become more clear. So either it could be through some challenges, because when your 12th house is very much active by the double transit of Jupiter and Saturn, you would like to reflect more. You would like to learn, reflect. You would learn from your mistakes, you will learn from your past failures, and of course the corrective actions that you can take now. So do not uh, shy away from thinking when you planning for your goals or things that you want to do. Always keep in mind and try to understand what is the fear, right? What holds you back? It is most of the time it are those fears, those unknown things. So of course there'll be a fear of unknown, and if you're able to counter that, if you're able to conquer it, then there's a lot of progress for you. You'll put in effort, you'll get the result. You will have massive shifts in your life. But you need to understand, firstly, what is your fear, what holds you back, and there's no harm in understanding and acknowledging, right? It will help you prepare in a much better manner. Worship Lord Ganesha, worship Ma Lakshmi during this time, and I wish you a very good and a pleasant year 2025.